All right, the hanger jaw. This one's got this funky stuff going on down here, so you may want to pay attention to this one. Um, Not just a tad. That may be too much. Okay. And English units. So let's file new part. Check our units. Document properties, units, IPS for English. Okay. We got sketch, and we're going to sketch on the front plane. We'll just use this right here as. Let me turn my. Hold on, real quick. Okay. Then we're going to start from the origin point, and we're just going to draw this shape here. I'm going to draw like this down, and then kind of just this shape up to here. I'm not going to do that arc yet. Okay. So we come out, come down, comes down here somewhere, comes down in here somewhere, comes up there somewhere, and somewhere down here. Then we've got this line here. It comes straight up. And there's a little lip up there. Don't forget this little lip right there. That little part right there. Don't forget that. Oh, right there. Before it goes tangent into that arc. Okay, let's put some dimensions on this. Overall, from this back surface to the front surface is 4.5. So we'll put that in. From here to here is 4.5. Pretty close, huh? 4.5. Okay. This height here is 3. Well, let's see this. The overall height from the very tippity top to the very bottom is 4.75. So from here to here, way on the bottom, 4.75 for 4.75. Okay. And then this distance here on this surface is 3, so pull this out as 3. Okay. We got 2 here, which was this one right here. The distance from this surface to this surface is 2. Then we've got this thickness overall is 1.75. Let's get that in. This cut comes in after this cut. So I'm going to do a little movement here. Hold on, let me get out of there. I'm going to grab a hold of this and move it that way. Yeah. Because I want the dimension right here. All right, so I'm going to put that 1.75 in now. I suppose you really don't have to make that move. It just makes it a little clunkier. All right, this dimension is given. See, it says make this driven dimension. What the deal is with that dimension is not as necessary because I already got this 4.75 here, which is cool. I can put this 1.25 in there, though. I got to put that in there. 1.25. Okay, and then we've got 0.5 and 0.5 for these lips. So right here, that's 0.5. And this here will be 0.5. 0.5, there we go. Okay. Now we have these dimensions down here. We got a 0.75 from this back face to this cut right here. So if we go from the back face to this first cut, 0.75. Okay. We'll want to pull that line out. And then we have 2.75 right here for this distance right here is 2.75. 2.75. Okay. Now what we want to do, I want to pull this line out because I need to put this arc in here. Oh, and I also got this distance right here, but let me do this real quick. Okay, I'll grab that and just pull that about that far is good. And this distance up here is 0.25. I need to put that in there. So 0.25. Okay. Now what we need here is we need to put an arc here that's going to be tangent to this bottom line. And then the same thing here, an arc that's going to be tangent to the top line. Then we're going to have a line connecting both arcs, and it has to be tangent to both arcs. Tangency is really important here. If you don't know tangency, it sticks out, it's really bad. Okay. It's not smooth. Okay, so it's a radius of 1.25, and that's this distance from right here is 1.25. So we can just put a circle in there, or we can put an arc. I'm just going to put a circle in there and use this as the center point from here straight down to here. And if you can see that, there's a little tangency icon popping up. So once I do that, right there it is. It is already tangent, so I don't have to put a relation in there. So that's good. I got that. That's going to be this radius right here, 1.25, because it's 1.25 from this point to this point. So it's going to be 1.25 all the way around. Okay, up here I have an arc with a radius of 0.5. So to find that center point, I got to come down 0.5 from here. Okay, and I got to make sure it's right on that spot. So I'm going to draw a construction line. Click on for construction. I'm going to put a line right here. And then I'm going to put a dimension on there to make that 0.5. The reason I use construction lines is if I use a regular line, then it's going to show up in my extrusion and it's going to make things a little weird. Construction lines disappear. They're just there for construction. Now I can put an arc or a circle. I'll just put a circle from that point as my center point straight up. Get that tangency mark too. And there's my 1/2 inch radius, my 0.5 radius, because it's 0.5 from here to here. That's the radius. All right, now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a line. I'm just going to put it right out here. And then I'm going to add relations to make this line tangent to this arc and then this tangent to that arc. So I will left click on that line, making sure that nothing else is selected. Left click on this line here. Okay, it's got the line properties, and I'm going to hit Control and click on the arc. So now the selected entities are the arc and the line. And I'll say tangent. And it pops it right on there, tangent. I'll say, okay, get out of there. Okay, now the same thing with down here. Nothing's active, nothing's selected. I'm going to click on that line, then hit Control, and then click on that arc. So these are my selected entities, the arc and the line, and hit tangent. Say, okay, now I can just come in here and trim things up. So I'll click trim, I trim that out. I'll trim that out, get rid of that. Come down here, trim that out, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. I got this down here too, got to get rid of that. Okay, so now we have our profile. And I'm going to extrude this 3 inches. So I'll hit exit sketch and then features extrude. Okay. Things to extrude. Well, there we go. Click on that and put the distance at 3 inches. And then say okay. And we get that extrusion. Now all I have to do is add this arc part here and then the hole. So that's simple enough. I'm going to put a sketch plane. I can either put it on this surface and go down, extrude down, or I can put it on this surface and extrude up. It doesn't matter. I'll just put it on the top surface. Grab the circle command, mouse over until I find my midpoint. There it is right there. Click on that and then pull it up here. I'll look for my tangency symbol. I don't see a tangency symbol, so I'm going to add one. Select. Just to be sure, I'm going to click on the arc, the edge, say tangent. We're all good there. On this arc and this edge here. Tangent. It's all good. Exit the sketch. And then we're going to do an extruded cut. Oh, no. We're doing extrusion. And we're going up to surface. And I'm going to pick this surface right here. So it's going to extrude it down to there. Say OK. And then we have that. Now I just got to put the hole in, which is diameter 1.5. So we'll put a sketch plane right on the top there. Circle command. Mouse over the arc itself to get our center point. Pop that in there. Put a dimension there, 1.5. And then get out of there. And we'll do a cut. Features, extruded cut. And through all, say OK. And there we have the part. And that's the hanger jaw. Hanger jaw. There you go.